So with this series of videos, I'll be able to show you how to make a few different backpacking meals that are similar to the dehydrated meals that you would find at REI with ingredients that you could purchase online or at local retailers. So the first meal I'm going to prepare is spaghetti bolognese or spaghetti and meat sauce. Instead of going to REI and purchasing the kind of expensive dehydrated meals, I have a few recipes to where I can create my own, and I can show you how to do that as well. Most of you may not have a scale at home, but the first ingredient is that I weigh out the pasta to 2.5 ounces. So I tear the bag. I have it on grams. Let's see here. Okay, 2.5 ounces of pasta. Alright, so my 2.5 ounces of pasta came to a 1/2 cup of pasta. I will put that pasta in the Ziploc bag. Alright, I got 1 tablespoon of the Harmony House onion. Next, I got 2 tablespoons of tomato. Now I got 1 teaspoon of garlic. One tablespoon of oregano. 1 teaspoon of basil. Alright, 1 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And 2 tablespoons of tomato powder. And if you purchase tomato powder from Harmony House, once you open it and the air gets to it, it gets hard. So just keep that in mind. It's still good, but instead of using the tablespoon to measure it out, I'm just going to cut this block in half. And that should be about what I need. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. There you go. It looks like a brownie. Drop that in there. And I believe earlier I said 2 tablespoons of tomatoes. It's actually 3. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1 more in there. And for the protein, for the meat part of the meat sauce, I like to use this Archer grass-fed jerky. I'm just going to give it a really nice chop and add it into the spaghetti meat sauce. Two 2.5 ounces of jerky. Doesn't look like much once you pour it out of the bag. So yeah, I'll chop this up, get it down pretty small. And it has a really nice flavor. It's pretty much, it's original, so it's just like salt and pepper, but again, this as far as the source of protein, I'm sure this is a much better, a much cleaner source than whatever is getting put into a Mountain House. Now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar powder. You don't have to add this to yours if you don't have this ingredient, but it does add a nice flavor to it. Alright, that is it for the spaghetti bolognese as far as the prep goes. That's what we're looking at. It weighs 7 ounces, 7.5 ounces if you include the olive oil packet. I will add olive oil to it while it's cooking. I will take you now onto the trail where I'm backpacking, and I'll show you how much water I add, how long it takes to cook, and I'll show you the finished product as I'm eating it on trail. And then after I come back from backpacking, before I post the video, I will show you the calories, protein, fat, and try to compare this meal to a dehydrated meal that you would purchase at a sporting goods store or REI. Alright, here I am on the trail, and tonight's dinner is going to be spaghetti and meat sauce that I prepared at the condo. So the first step for the spaghetti meat sauce is to bring 20 ounces of water to a boil. Not a bad kitchen tonight. Pretty good view. Alright, I'm going to call it, it's just about at a boil. So here's the, you probably can't see that, the spaghetti bolognese that I prepared at home. So I'll cover this, let it sit for about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I gave the spaghetti a mix. Now I'm going to put it back on the heat for about 3 or 4 minutes to cook the pasta. That should be good. I'm going to give it a mix and then take it off. Alright, so that's the consistency that it came out to. Pasta's cooked. Veggies are hydrated. Smells delicious. One last thing I brought to add. Had pizza about a week ago, so I saved some of the Parmesan cheese. Got a bite with some Parmesan, a little bit of everything in it. Tasty. Alright, delicious. You get the oregano, you get the basil, you get the chunks of meat from the jerky. It's rich, it's thick, very good. I'm really going to enjoy this dinner. Can't wait to eat the rest of it. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Stay tuned for the nutritious facts. I'll tell you how they stack up against some of the dehydrated meals like Mountain House. I think I was going to compare this one to Mountain House lasagna. So I'll tell you the amount of protein, calories, fat, sodium as well. Alright, so I'm back from the trail and the spaghetti bolognese was delicious. The preparation on trail was very easy, just boiling water, let it soak for a few minutes, and then cook the pasta for a couple more minutes. One thing that I would change in the future, I think I could have added about another ½ ounce of pasta to the recipe. So going forward, instead of 2½ ounces of pasta, I'm going to try doing 3 ounces of pasta. I feel that there was enough seasoning, there was enough spices, enough tomatoes and everything to where there would still be enough sauce for that extra amount of pasta, and it would add a little bit more calories, but it was delicious as is. My spaghetti bolognese has 510 calories per serving. It has 16.5 grams of fat per serving, 55 milligrams of cholesterol, 3,425 milligrams of sodium, 60 grams of carbohydrates, and 29 grams of protein. So when looking for a dehydrated meal to compare my spaghetti bolognese to, I found Backpackers Pantry Beef Bolognese. Backpackers Pantry will give you 480 calories per serving, 10 grams of fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,560 milligrams of sodium. You will be getting more carbohydrates with 70 grams of carbs. And for the protein, you will be getting 28 grams of protein per serving from Backpackers Pantry. So both of these meals were almost identical as far as the nutritional information goes. My meal had slightly more fat, and Backpackers Pantry had slightly more carbs, but almost identical. Give this one a try, let me know what you think. I'll definitely be preparing this again and taking it with me on future backpacking trips. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you'd like, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content, or click the box above to watch another video right now.